Relational evangelism, I'm all for going out on the street and talking to strangers. Like, I think that's important. I think that's an important process that we have to go through. Head on a swivel, God speaking to our hearts, and we go out, we communicate the gospel. That seems to be easier than relational evangelism. Like, relational evangelism is now you articulating your faith to your neighbor or to a coworker that you have to keep seeing over and over and over. So it's a little bit different. So our goal is to get you to understand about relational evangelism. And when relational evangelism begins to drive your ministry, you begin to see that it becomes a conversation, like back and forth, not a presentation. Like, you sit there and you listen to me tell you everything that I know. I overrun the conversation. You sit there and listen. Relational evangelism means that it's relational. It's like a two-way. It's a dialogue back and forth. It's also with people that you have a relationship with. Because here's the deal: when you implement relational evangelism into your ministry, you have a greater chance of students continuing to come and being discipled. So if I were to go out on the street and talk to a random stranger about the gospel, chances are they may come to Christ, but I may never see them in my ministry again. They may never come to my church. Why? I don't have a relationship. I don't have a way to necessarily follow up on them in a consistent way due to the relationship. But if I talk to my neighbor, have a relationship with my neighbor. If I talk to my coworker, have a relationship with my coworker. So when we teach our students to have relational evangelism efforts with their classmates, teammates, and friends, you begin to see them now coming back into the church due to relationship. So relational evangelism needs to drive your youth ministry. I just wanted to preface that: conversation over presentation all day. And so our goal is to make sure that they engage, not enrage. So there is a way to have this relational evangelism conversation and not like enrage the community. Now, obviously, the gospel offends. The gospel offends me as a dad, as a husband, as a believer, as a man. It offends the heart, the human nature of me. It offends the human nature. But there is a way we can have this conversation and not always enrage, but engage the people that we're speaking to.